wrestling continues here. We're live. We've got ourselves a street fight between four of the most mismatched athletes I think I've ever seen in a wrestling ring.
That is a very interesting way to put it. Now, we arrived at this in an interesting way, too. Scott Ashworth, for months, has had issues with Buff Incorporated. Of course, he's been losing them for the past 2 months, and so he brought in to help defeat them a fellow New England Hall of Famer, Dr. Heresy. So far, Ike and Sam Radcliffe able to tee off on their opponents here, separate them into the corners. Ike and Sam Radcliffe are the replacements for Buff Incorporated, who were not willing to show up. They vowed not to.
Oh, that pair of cowards. They have been for years, and that's no different. And I'll tell you, I haven't seen sweet Scott Ashworth compete for the better part of 2 years since before the pandemic, but this guy hasn't missed a beat.
Not at all. He seems to be firing on all cylinders tonight. The town's hot for him. Both men have an opponent in hand, and they're going to absolutely wail on him right now. This is a street fight. You know what the rules of that are? None.
The only rule is to survive. You can still pin your opponent. You can still make your opponent tap out or submit, but there are no holds barred. There are no countouts. Hell, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from grabbing a kid and using him as a projectile weapon, which we've already seen here tonight.
I don't even know if they're going to top that, but I bet that they're gonna.
Well, there's a will, there's a way, Dally. Sweet Scott Ashworth has got himself some Samuel Radcliffe, and Radcliffe...
Oh no, he's got 2 fingers there. No, it's a foot instead.
I don't ever want to hear you talk about sweet Scott Ashworth having 2 fingers anyway. Do you understand me, young man?
You got it.
All right.
Dr. Heresy, meanwhile, has been distracted for a second. Ike has managed to get a couple shots in at here. It is just absolute pandemonium all over the building.
This is a Fairhaven street brawl, and I'm surprised we haven't gone out to the street already. But for liability's sake, I'm glad we haven't.
Scott Ashworth just rammed that. Oh my, I don't even want to describe what he just did with that little mini crowbar.
Oh, we've got fans that are getting involved in this matchup now.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Call for disqualification? It's a street fight. That guy sure looks like he's from the streets.
He can't wait to get himself a piece of Ike the Bite.
Oh no.
Holy Areola Batman! Things are coming unglued very steadily here at the Fairhaven VFW.
Gosh, Ike was just catching a throat full of boot. Meanwhile, Sam Radcliffe over there, not in a good spot. Caught one right in the mush.
No, Ashworth's had a tire iron in his hand for the better part of, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes.
You don't even want to know where Sam Radcliffe had a tire iron. I call it a mini crowbar. Shows what I know about cars.
Well, we're in a completely different industry right now. We are in an industry filled with brutality and mayhem. Ike launched off the ropes. Dr. Heresy's got him up in a waistlock. Oh, no. And a Manhattan drop for good measure.
And don't for 1 second think that Dr. Heresy doesn't bring just as much brutality and mayhem to his other industry, the medical field.
I don't even want to think about what's going on over there.
Dr. Heresy's pretty well demonstrating the kind of surgery he's used to performing with that slam to Ike right in the middle of the ring.
Oh, no. I spoke too soon. Look at this. Scott Ashworth is taking Samuel Radcliffe right to the gutter.
When he said street fight, I guess he took it real literally. They're going right at the streets right now. Oh no, tire iron right to the throat of Ike. Jesus.
Folks, back to the action in the ring. As we stated before, this is a street fight. There are no holds barred. There is no contraband considered to be contraband, so That weapon he's brandishing, that's perfectly legal right now.
And Dr. Harrison was just yelling something. I was trying to read his lips, but he's got the whole N95 on. No idea what he said.
Ike the Bite has been put through the ringer. And I tell you, I'll tip my hat to him and to his partner for taking a fight on short notice, but this is not the fight they wanted to take.
Ike got a mouthful of Dr. Heresy. Nobody bites like Ike.
And he's got himself a hand on that miniature tire iron here. What in the world? Oh, look at this. Dr. Heresy reverses and counters with authority.
Right off the skull.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, they came back. Sam Radcliffe and Scott Ashworth have somehow made it back over here, and tire iron once again in his hand.
Oh, and Ashworth just knocks Samuel Radcliffe's nuts.
No, I think he managed to walk away from it. He just barely avoided it. Oh, but this one's gonna be, oh! Sam Radcliffe with a reversal there. Tossed Scott Ashworth right into that hole. Oh, he's got the metal helmet back on. He's either gonna weld something or this is gonna get real ugly. Maybe both. Oh, Ike was trying to trade blows, but I'll tell you what, as feisty as he is, as ferocious as Ike can be, he's not the biggest guy, but maybe the two of them combined are going to be a match.
Samuel Radcliffe, he's got himself some offense. This is the first bit of offense I've seen from this team so far in this fight. Dr. Heresy now suffering a 2-on-1 assault. Radcliffe up off the ropes. Well attempted leg Larry, doesn't quite get all of it. But there's no legal team or legal team member in this matchup, so either one of these team members can make the pin.
That's a very good point. Oh, foot right off the face there. Ike now scores with a cross body. The referee needs to get down there and count the pin. What's he doing?
Look, I'm going to be devil's advocate here. There's a lot of action going on from every which angle.
You got to have a little sympathy for the referee in a match like this. It is not easy to follow this action. We're trying our best here, and we're watching it third person. Oh no! Is that a door?
What in the world have we got here?
Sam Radcliffe has a door. A sliding door, I think. That's the worst kind.
Who the hell keeps a door underneath the wrestling ring?
Jeez. I know what's behind that door. Nothing but pain and suffering. Oh, is Dr. Heresy gonna take a trip and find out what's on the other side of the door?
We've got a double team attempt here by Radcliffe and Ike.
Oh,
Heresy blocks it. Ashworth single-handedly taking out Radcliffe and Ike.
Double-handedly, you could say.
And with that welding mask, he's got that ass over tea kettle right now.
Oh, he's pulling in a chair. It's not the folding variety. How do you even hit someone with that?
This has got nothing but disaster written all over it.
Don't let that cushion fool you. They're going to find a way to hurt somebody with it. Oh, no. That's such a bad idea. Come on, guys, don't do that.
Bad ideas sometimes make for great shows, Dallas.
Oh, Sam Radcliffe's in there all alone. Ike's on the outside. Dr. Heresy's got some bad intentions. Sweet Scott Ashworth gonna help him out with it.
Up off the ropes. Oh, God! A double team effort by Heresy and Ashworth.
Ashworth
being
straight
made.
through the door. You're damn right that's it. Scott Ashworth, Dr. Heresy, they pull off the victory here by putting Sam Radcliffe directly through a sliding door across 2 chairs. What kind of sadist do you have to be to even think of doing that to somebody?